The main aim of CluedUp is actually to empower young women to make more informed decisions around long-acting reversible contraceptives and other forms of methods of safer sex, such as condom use, and also just making decisions for themselves around healthy relationships.
So I think there's a really high need for training programs such as CluedUp. It would be really lovely if they were consistent statutory programs that were mainstreamed. At the moment, there isn't consistent messages in schools, and a lot of parents maybe feel like they want to deliver sex education to their children, but don't really know how. And I think the media influence, on the one hand, telling parents perhaps that it's a really bad thing to talk to your children about it, and kind of condemning people for being open about it, means that I think they're a little bit nervous. And then in school, sometimes teachers feel overworked and ill-equipped to do that themselves as well. And again, sometimes there's faith boundaries.
So what we tried to do was create a structure or a framework which could be used by all manner of organisations that work with young people, but enable them to tailor it by slotting in separate pieces of information which was relevant to them. So for instance, they could get local speakers to come and talk, or local organisations, and this ranged again from sexual health organisations, but more generically to housing, to benefits, really getting a look at the young person's life and seeing what they needed. For us, we always make sure the programme is holistic, because if you're a young person and money or food or where to live is a major concern for you, then it's hard to believe that you're going to have a major focus on your sexual health and well-being if those things are real issues for you as well.
We were asked to design a project that was aimed to support the more vulnerable young women in society. And sometimes it's quite hard to define who's vulnerable. And I think what I've found over the years, and based on kind of certain evidence, is that actually somebody's vulnerable when they don't particularly have a high opinion of themselves, when maybe their sexual health is maybe not even on their agenda, so maybe they're not thinking that they're actively putting themselves at risk. It's more that they don't feel enough about themselves to even protect themselves from risk. I think that's probably where the missing link is, in that you've got fantastic services, or can have fantastic services, you can have fantastic education in school, but if somebody doesn't really feel very good about themselves, or might not know what their rights are, or might not know what to expect when they get to a service, I think that can feel really, really difficult then to access them or know that this service is for them. So I think it was about breaking down those barriers with giving information as well, but really enabling and empowering a young person to go, okay, these are the facts, I can do with them what I want.
In terms of developing the CluedUp programme, we used a co-design process which really involved all manner of stakeholders, from service users to professionals to funders. We did this by actually holding a series of 7 co-design events, one main one which was for people across London, and then 2 in each of the boroughs, Southwark, Lambeth and Wandsworth, that we were actually focusing the programme pilots on. We
wanted them to happen in the 3 boroughs because we felt like different geographic areas might present different needs, and we really wanted to get a flavour for what the young people wanted.
This is what we call a persona card. If each of you think about a young woman between the ages of 16 to 19, what's her name, what's her age, what does she like, what does she dislike, and maybe just think about a small sort of narrative about her life. So if this is a new sexual health programme that we're talking about, this is like your ideal scenario sexual health programme. This is like, if you know, anything goes. How does your character first become aware of the programme? Why is it important to her? Why is it relevant to her? Why does she want to go on the programme? And then what happens when she's using it? How does she engage with it? What does it look like?
Chantal, 17, loud, outspoken, battles against authority. She likes being with her friends, smoking weed, and her 23-year-old boyfriend. Dislikes school and her mum. She's attending yacht as on an order for fighting. She lives with her mum, who's just had a baby. Flat's very cramped, only goes to school sometimes.
Is there anything else that would keep her coming, keep her on the programme?
Friendly faces?
Yeah. Good support.
Out of shyness.
Yeah. Get her confidence back.
There's a lot of young people who could benefit from having a programme which is interactive, which connects them to themselves and connects them to both significant adults and into services, so that they can kind of explore their own needs. So I think anything that enables people to build their confidence and skills is fantastic. And it's great to be part of this, to kind of, to be able to break it down and look at how it would work for people.
Based on those co-design events, I came up with a 10-week programme. It was really 8 weeks of work, and then the beginning week and the last week were really about setting the scene and having a close down and celebration. I thought that it was a really important element to have an opening week where people could find the venue and not be put off if they were late, those kind of things, and meet us and decide whether it was really for them, the programme.
I want to learn new views of what other people than my friends think about sex and relationships, and I want to meet new people.
Your friends?
Yeah.
I want to have more understanding about certain subjects that we're going to be speaking about. Like e.g. ... we'll find out.
I want to learn and like also to express my views. So.
The name of the project is CluedUp, so what's the project about?
Questions.
What do you know about it?
Questions.
Questions?
Oh.
Answers. Questions and answers.
Questions and
Yeah.
answers.
Creating awareness. Creating awareness. In order to break stereotypes, if that's one of the things we're going to be doing CluedUp, what does it mean that you guys have to do?
Don't generalise.
Understand.
Don't judge people.
So we've got that, hopefully CluedUp project is going to be about expressing opinions, finding out about sexual health, getting information, advice, having questions and answers, creating awareness, having group discussions, breaking stereotypes, finding out the right information, having some understanding, learning the facts, and listening to other people's opinions.
Yeah.
Okay. So we shall do our best to meet those expectations.
One element of the course early on was that I was trying to think of a way that the young women could take what they'd learnt away in quite a physical, practical way. The idea was that they'd create these flat pack boxes and decorate them. And they had to do it in pairs because you had to help each other. So that was a part of getting to know each other and some ice breaking. And then on the outside of the box, they were invited to decorate them in a way that present how they think they present themselves to the outside world, or what's going on for them, so how their life is now. And then on the inside of the box, they were asked to decorate the inside of the boxes on how they'd like to be in 5 years' time, and how they'd like their life to be.
My box is surrounded by love hearts because currently I feel like I'm in a loving relationship, not only with my boyfriend but with my family.
For the inside of my box, I put like hearts all over because I really want to be loved more, kind of thing. And I put married there because I think I want to settle them.
How did you guys find doing that? How was that? Well, in regards to doing the outside and the inside of the box?
It's benefiting me by being able to visualise the kind of person I am. I'll say the outside of the box would sort of represent my personality, and the inside, yeah, what I want to be. I put question marks on the inside, but with a happy face. So I'm not 100% sure, but I know I want to be happy, and also writing down certain things that help me visualise where I want to be in a few years.
It really makes you think about your life journey, your life plan type of thing, because we're not just here just having fun, but we're actually doing something constructive in the sense that even though we're doing the box and we're having fun with it, it kind of, I don't know if you realize, but with me you kind of see how you are. Yeah, the good thing about like this bit with the stars is that you actually write down how you think you're going to get there.
I developed the structure for each of the sessions almost with the same thinking behind how the 10-week programme, with making sure that the young women felt that they'd had a proper arrival, introduction, had a chance to share their feelings, maybe unload from their weeks, get to know each other a bit, and also discover how it feels to reflect on their feelings or name them and have their voice heard. And then always to have a proper close down at the end where they could reflect on the work they'd done and also think about something that they could use from that session during the week.
I really like that thing over there. You know, when we have to write this week how we felt, because it's nice to know how different people feel, different people's experience throughout the week, yeah, and it makes us feel like even though we wasn't there throughout the whole week, like even if we wasn't with the person, it feels like we've got to know them. It's like a part of the group type thing, and we're part of the person's life, not just like on a Tuesday 6 till 9, but it's more like we're there throughout all the days of the week.
I said happy because last week, because I came home late from this, my dad said I couldn't come anymore. So I was just like trying to build up the courage to ask him if I can come. So I asked him yesterday, he said he's going to tell me today. So then when he got home, like an hour before I had to go, he said I can go.
I wrote gobsmacked because of today, but last week, like Friday, I don't know, I felt very emotional. I don't know why, I couldn't explain it, but I was like crying non-stop. But today, I don't know, it made me forget about everything that I was going through last week. So I wrote gobsmacked.
I wrote disappointed because I went for a job interview and I didn't get the job. But I'm also optimistic because tomorrow I've got another job interview.
Do you think back to the very first week that we did this? Or what's different about getting up and writing it, or just the sharing bit?
It's more easier, like when we first started, not that much people getting up, but now we're just like walking around and then we'll sit down and talk.
So it's kind of a bit easier.
By writing it down, talking about it, you accept those feelings and can move on from them.
Because they're there whether you want them or not.
Yeah.
And actually, does it get worse by saying it out loud?
No. It helps. You know why? I don't know, maybe because it's like having it building up so much inside, you just want to let it out to someone, it makes you, I don't know, go back down and calm.
Tonight we've got the CluedUp Services speed dating event, and we've got different services here. We've got Brooke, and we've got victim support, and we've got different nurses from different clinics, housing. The idea is that the young people meet lots of professionals and get information and leaflets and can ask questions so that they might feel more equipped to go to those services.
I think the reason I've been asked along today is because we have a sexual health clinic which is open to everybody. You don't have to be registered at that surgery.
So that means even if you're not from Lambeth, you can come.
Yeah.
Why should I know about this service?